RAZA for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. With me, I've got my man, the vegetarian king, Bryant Jennings. Bryant, what's happening?
Everything good, man. Yeah, vegan king. You know, vegetarians still drink milk. You know, and eat cheese. So
My bad.
Yeah, I'm all plant-based.
Bryant, haven't caught up with you for a little while. Normally, we speak here in the UK. Last time I saw you, you were here for a Chisora fight. Before we even talk anything about boxing related, how have the last few months been for you and the people of Philadelphia with this whole coronavirus?
Well, I mean, for me, it's been completely normal. The only thing that's not normal is me having to put a mask on to go to the stores, and you know, that has been real irritating. But you know, in Philly, you know, it's pretty much been the same. You know, you got some people that's fearful of certain things, you know, but it hasn't really changed. I mean, particular COVID cases is, you know, them things is hard to believe anyway. So, I mean, but I do know a couple people that had it. Somebody said they know somebody that died from it, but you know, other than that, I mean, it's really, I mean, the whole riot thing has been worse than anything.
Mm.
You know, that was like one whole week of pandemonium.
Before I ask any more questions, people have been wondering where you are right now. So where exactly are you?
Yeah, so right now I'm in my building. You know, I own a number of these, by the way, and I'm done demoing now. So I mean, I might be 99% done. If you see some things that's still hanging, that's cool. But you know, so I'm building a smoothie shop. Coffee, tea, cold pressed juices, you know, bagels, avocado sandwiches, chickpea tuna sandwiches, salads, and things of that nature. No animal products whatsoever.
Complete vegan.
Yeah, completely vegan. You know, I mean, fruits and vegetables is all vegan anyway. Don't be putting no milk in my stuff.
How long have you been vegan?
January 2015, been vegan. August of 2013, been vegetarian.
What made you say that, okay, now I don't want to have meat, milk, eggs, etc.?
I mean, just looking at it and just saying, ew, you know, like, I don't want it. I don't need it. You know, educating myself on what we're supposed to be eating and how our bodies are supposed to react and perform, you know, based off of your diet. So, like, nah, I'm good.
So normally fighters love, when they're outside of camp, to have like a cheat meal. What's yours?
No, I don't have no cheat meal, man. This is a real lifestyle for me. I don't look at things as if, you know, it's a task for me. So most people have to cheat because not cheating is too much of a task. So therefore, they find time to break out. Like this is what it is. Like there's no breaking out for me. Like there's no, oh, I want to do this. I finally get to do this. Like no, like I can do whatever I want. You know. And what I want is what I choose to do. And what I choose to do has me in this predicament. And I don't need no cheat days, like, because I don't look at it as cheating.
Brian, do you think it's what works for you? You've got fighters who eat meat, who are in great shape, inside of camp and outside of camp. You're a vegan, you're in shape inside of camp and outside of camp. Is it just a personal thing, do you think?
Yes, it's definitely personal. It ain't got nothing to do with fighting, performance. You know, who can, you know, be faster, stronger. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You know, this is all about my health outside of boxing. So it's like, it's as if, you know, when people take away certain things for, you know, based on their religion, and they say, oh, I can't fight on Friday or Saturday or whatever, depending on whatever religion they are. It's like, all right, well, the boxing world has to you know, abide by that person's rules, you know, and the compromise, there is no compromise with people of integrity. But I'm just saying it's like, if that guy don't want to fight on Friday, then you ain't fighting on Friday, you know. So I mean, this whole vegan thing is like, it's not really for no competition or nothing. It's just personal. It's just me. It's for me. So I'm bringing it to whatever I do. It's me. It's part of me.
Brian, I know you were supposed to be in the UK to help out your good friend Derek Chisora for his fight against Usyk, and we'll come to that fight a little bit later. You're obviously still in Philly at the moment, the great town of, or city of Philly. What have you been doing to kind of keep yourself active? I know you said the shop, but have you been doing any sort of training, any regiment training involved in getting yourself prepared for what's next?
And I mean, I ain't really been doing much. You know, I run every now and then. You know, last week, well, not last week, the week before I ran, you know, 4 days straight. Um, you know, I do that, but you know, for the most part, I'm just making sure my body get as much rest and recovery. You know, I touch up on certain things. Like I do my push-ups every time I'm waiting for the elevator. You know, every boxer shadow boxes all the time. Yeah, besides the running and mental exercise and, you know, not beating my body up. That's one of the most important things is not beating your body up, not going out doing things to your body and tearing it down. So I'm on ice right now, and that's it. That's cool. That's good.
Are you? Is it difficult? I know obviously for you're towards the end of your career, or possibly retired, which we'll come to. But for those younger fighters who rely on fighting because that's the only source of income they have, is it hard for them this whole period, this 3-4 months without boxing and not knowing when you're going to come back?
Well, I mean, people who rely, see, I mean certain levels, but not at my level. You know, I mean, I could, you know what, I could take that back a little bit because I could still rely on, like, I need to hit a lick for sure. But you know, it depends though. It's all different types of levels. But I'm not sure. I can't speak for nobody else. But you know, this thing here has really put a dent in your pockets based off of what you've invested in. You know, the other things that you've done with your money. And you know, fighting for boxing, it's like we don't box to pay bills. Like, you know, we box to get money so we can create things that could create things to pay bills. And you know, every time you get a fight, you know, that's the lump sum that you saying, all right, look, I'm gonna do this with them. You gotta make it work. You make it work with everything you get. So for those guys that have failed to make their money work for them, they're gonna always be that's gonna always be a problem. It's gonna always be a problem because the grind don't stop and the bills don't stop coming. So that's gonna always be a problem for them. That's how you put that.
What is the situation, Brian? You've been in the game for a long, long time. You've been in there with Klitschko.
10 years, man. 10 years.
You've been in the industry a long, long time. You're very experienced, have a lot of knowledge, and you know, like I said, you train with Derek Chisora quite a lot. We've seen you both spar together as well. Some epic sparring we've seen here in London. But where are you now in your kind of career now?
I mean, where is boxing? I mean, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I ain't sitting around waiting on nothing or nobody. I'm gonna do what I got to do. And if it comes around, I'm gonna make sure that I'm available to it. You know, but other than that, I don't know. I don't even know where the game is right now. I was like, all right, for as long as it's around, for as long as I'm permitted to do so, for as long as I'm physically permitted and mentally permitted to do so. I mean, I'm here. I mean, not just yet. You know, I ain't ready to, you know, walk out just yet, but ain't too far from it. But man, the way this game going right now, shoot, who knows?
The game is a very dangerous game. It's a very dangerous sport. Athletes have died, unfortunately, during fighting, post-fighting. Have you got in your mind, that's my year or that's the age I want to be in, I want to be out of the sport?
Yeah. I always said, I had said 2020 before. You know, 2020 would be the last year. So maybe 2021, you know, depending on how I feel. I mean, of course I can go further, but I'm not in this. I'm not in this for no, you know, for none of that. Like, it's like there are things that in the beginning, you know, you figure you chase and you use, you know, as ways to, you know, further yourself and for motivation and determination. And it's like, and I'm done with that. You know, I seen what the game had to offer immediately. So, you know, the game didn't pull wool over my head. And this world, it's a big world out here. It's plenty different other things to do. plenty of different other ways to make money. You're just able. I'm in a position mentally, you know, to where as though, I mean, that boxing has created for me. Let's not get that messed up. But you know, it's not something that I'm going to be fully relying on. I'm a hustler, so every 10 years I go to something different. So who knows?
Champ, looks like boxing's returning here in the UK in the next month or so. It has returned in America with Top Rank. I've done a couple of shows now, but it's behind closed doors. Is it hard for fighters who rely on that, you know, that adrenaline, that buzz, that motivation when there's a big crowd behind them, when they're walking into the ring and the crowd's pumping them while they're in the ring? Is it going to be hard for certain fighters or a lot of fighters that it's going to be an empty stadium or empty room and it's almost like sparring?
You know, that might have played an advantage because some people can't take the crowd. You know, some people are highly distracted from the crowd. You know, I know for myself, you know, if it feels like you're in the gym sparring, and yeah, motherfucker might get his ass whipped. Excuse my language, but yeah, it might go down. So I mean, it depends on what type of fight it is. But I think that having no crowd, you know, if you use the crowd, it's going to feel weird. You know, it's going to feel weird. It's going to be an experience. But once you get in the ring, you already know what you got to do. You don't hear nothing anyway. You zone out so much, you don't hear nothing.
Brian, let's talk a little bit about your division, the heavyweight division, the most sought division out of all the divisions in boxing at the moment. A few months ago, we had a champion in the UK, Anthony Joshua, and a champion in America, Deontay Wilder. All the belts are now in the UK. Let's just recap a couple of months ago. Deontay Wilder took on Tyson Fury, a fighter who normally kind of sits on the back foot and feints a lot, feints the jab a lot, moves around a lot. We saw a different Tyson Fury. Question one, did you expect that from Tyson? Was he just too good? Or was Deontay Wilder, did he just have a bad day?
Nah, you expect that from Tyson. It's not that Deontay Wilder didn't have a bad day. Tyson Fury just had a good day. You know, he had a better day. But I think that that's what you get when you know, a fully prepared, fully focused Tyson Fury. You know, I don't think it gets any better than that. And if it does, then man, like it's you know, we can wait to see. But yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, Wilder lost fair and square. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was a perfect fight.
Did you expect that particular style from Fury? Do you expect that he had something like that in his locker to come on the front foot and bully someone like Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, no, that guy's special, man. He has a great pedigree. He's a big guy, man. You know, and it was what it was. He exposed him. He did what he had to do. I don't know how else to put it. Yeah, he did what he had to do. He did what he was supposed to do.
Deontay Wilder's obviously got the rematch. If you're Deontay Wilder, do you take the immediate rematch? Or do you go and have another fight and come back and prepare yourself for the rematch a bit later on?
I mean, he's a warrior, so he wants to rematch right away. He wants to rematch right away. So, I mean, who knows, man? You know, with those two fights, between the first and the second one, he ain't got to fight no more. You know, I don't know what people be chasing. You know, but I do know those deductions, you know, might not be what people think they be. You know, or your gross or your net pay rather. You know, it's not what people think. So that might be the reason why people are still fighting. But for me, you hit a good enough lick. If it's easy enough, I'm like, all right, cool. I can maybe get another one. But for the most part, I'm like, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm hustling. That's why I got into this game. I'm hustling.
I saw a comment. I'm not sure if it was on your Twitter or your Instagram, a video of Deontay Wilder dancing a week or so ago, a couple of days ago, actually. What do you make of Deontay Wilder letting loose a bit?
That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Not for masculine alpha, not full male like that. Nah, we don't do no wigs. We don't turn around and shake our ass. You know, nah, no gay, no gay stuff. We ain't with that. I mean, so yeah, I just think that it was unacceptable for me. Some people would say, yeah, he having fun. I'm like, is this being normalized for someone to just do that? Just picture a sheikh, you know, imam or whatever, just literally just doing that on this. Like, what? It's like, nah, bro. Like, nah. Just picture a Mike Tyson doing that. Like, and most people don't look at it as dancing. Most people just think it's just he's just there doing it. Nah, man, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. That was my homie. I'm like, what is you doing? That's embarrassing. It was unacceptable.
Right, obviously now we know that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury both hold all the belts in the heavyweight division. It came out a couple of weeks ago that they both announced, well, Tyson announced and Anthony Joshua promoter Eddie Hearn announced that they agreed the principal deal for their 2 fights that will take place hopefully next year and early 2022. They haven't agreed in terms of where it's going to happen and all the nitty gritty, but they just agreed the split, which we all believe to be 50-50. Question 1, is it risky for both of those athletes to, and have their teams announce that they are going to fight, considering they both got challenges in front of them?
No, I mean, no, it's not. I mean, it's not risky saying something. You know, 2 years is a long ass time. You know, I mean, no, it is what it is. You know, it's this market, it's the buildup. It's early buildup. That's how you look at it. I don't think it's risky. Can't be risky for nothing. You know, not unless you're superstitious.
Who wins the fight?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Why? What makes you not sure?
Because I ain't sure. It's a heavyweight fight. It didn't happen.
Does one have the edge over the other? Do they both possess their own types of skills that on their day anyone can win?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Shoot. I mean, you know, they both possess their own type of skills. You know, of course, Fury's the more technical. You know, has the more broader skill set, but you know, he can get touched too. Right? So it ain't about nothing. I mean,
another heavyweight in the UK that's in the mix as well is Dillian Whyte. I know you know of Dillian Whyte very, very well. He's been waiting for his mandatory position with the WBC, which I think hopefully he'll fight the winner of Wilder and Fury. But is he someone that could ruin the plans here for Joshua Fury? Can he cause an upset and win and take that WBC belt off Fury or Wilder?
Yeah. He's a threat. He's a legitimate threat. Yeah, so that is possible. It's always possible with people like that. You know, he's a dog.
And your boy, Chisora, it seems like I remember him. Like I feel like he's been in the game forever. And I remember watching him fight David Haye, and you kind of thought this is coming towards the end of the road for Derek. But all of a sudden, he gets himself up, gets himself clear, makes a few changes in lifestyle, in training, in management, and he's become a beast and literally a contender in the heavyweight division now. Like, what has changed?
I mean, his whole life changed. You know, his whole life changed. Everything has changed for him. You know, turn over a new leaf, do things different. You know, think smarter, work smarter. You know, and you become a lot more wiser. You know, and you just apply it to your everyday life, man. That's just what maturity is. So you know, when you mature, and you know, he's already a special specimen type person. So it's like, all right, well, it is what it is. It's destined. Yeah, I just got to do this. So, you know, we do wish that, you know, this could have taken place, you know, years before. That way we have, you know, more time to develop and, you you give and take or play with certain things depending on, age or whatever. But listen, we're definitely happy for him. I love him. I love him to death, for real love. And I mean, it is what it is. That's a new leaf that's turned over.
Usyk came up from cruiserweight, undisputed champion, has yet to really prove himself in heavyweight. Everybody says this is the test to see if he can take on someone as big as Derek, comes forward, throws a lot of punches, and can take a lot of punches. Does Usyk pose a threat? Can he pose a threat in the heavyweight division?
I mean, yeah, I answered this question like 1,000 times already. Yeah, he can, because it's technical ability. So yeah, he can. He definitely can. It's just a thing of, can he take the punch? And can he take the power and the pressure, of somebody that's that's a heavyweight.
Do you expect to come back to the UK to help Chisora train for that fight?
Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back.
You mentioned his name earlier. Mike Tyson has been looking incredible over the last couple of weeks, putting a lot of videos out of himself, punching the mitts on the punch bag, looking in great shape, announcing that he wants to come back. When you heard that and saw that, what was your instant reaction?
I don't entertain things like that. That's for him and his. That's something that he feels. I've had my share of Mike Tyson, and his comeback. He's doing it for a different reason, but I'm not expected to see a reign of stardom and a reign, like a comeback. I'm not expecting to see that. So I mean, it is what it is. I already have my Tyson has already, that book is already closed to me. As a legend, and the book is never dusty because we always open it up. But here it is. You want to open up, you want to finish writing, a couple more pages. So I don't know. I'm done reading it, but of course I will watch it. And I was hope we do great, but I'm not expecting nothing long term at all.
Oscar
But it would be good to see. It would be good to see.
Oscar De La Hoya said a couple of days ago as well that he feels like coming back and he's going to wait until Mike Tyson comes back to see how Mike does. But what is it about fighters, and is it a mental thing where you retire but really you don't really want to fight? That urge is still there to fight?
No, it's just that you can't let it go, and that's the only thing that you've done. Like your mind, the repetition. We've done it for so long, and that's all a lot of us know.
Right, there's been. Just want to touch on more personal matter. In the US, sadly, there's a murder to one of the citizens in George Floyd a number of weeks ago, and after his murder, a lot of protests have been taking place all over America. And I know you've been quite vocal of it before. I've read and listened to your interviews before, but is it a deeper problem, racism in the United States of America?
Well, yeah. Well, the problem is in the United States of America, but a lot of things have already taken place before. These things have already taken place in history, man. Just look at 1452 with the dumb diverses. And these are things that are just still ongoing. These things have never stopped. So yeah, it's definitely a problem. And the dumb diverses was over in I think it was over in Italy somewhere. I think, if I'm not mistaken, but it's a worldwide thing. It's not just America. It's a worldwide thing. And these particular people come from other places and come to America with the bullshit. So the United States of America is just a place that it so happens to happen on, but people worldwide play a part in it.
No, of course. And I was only insinuating United States because you're from there. But do you feel like, is there a solution to solve this?
A solution? No. It's not a solution at the moment. Because even as some of people that look just like me are detrimental to us, But yeah, some people that look just like me, they got to go too. So the problem is very, very intense and the problem goes deep. And so the solution is not just one thing. Oh, if only we got to do this. It's a ton of things. It's a ton of things that need to be fixed. A ton of things that need to be addressed. But first and foremost is we don't like to be treated the way we've been treated. That has to stop immediately.
You feel like with the power of social media now and the new generation, hopefully more open to diversity, there's a better chance now than
So social media plays a big part in everything because everybody also gets the voice of opinion. Everybody becomes the newscaster. Everybody becomes the theorist. And it's information that's being spread amongst people who once never had a voice. So social media really put things out there, and it magnifies reality a bit, and it also creates a fantasy world. It magnifies reality because you really, instead of walking past a person and trying to guess what they're thinking, people actually put their thoughts on one platform, and you get to see based on the area. You take an area from like a zip code or whatever, and you do a graph, you do statistics, and it'll pretty much come out, as what it is. So social media has done that, and it has created a great source of information, great source of statistics, and it's magnified reality.
But I hope that over the next, hopefully in the near future, we can see some peace for the sake of human race across the world, and we can all live together in our communities with that.
Yeah. It's definitely something that we look forward to seeing.
Bryant, I appreciate you giving me a little bit of time, my man, today. I know you got a lot of work going on in the background. Wish you nothing.
Yeah.
With your juice.
Yeah, and the dust is piling up now. So a real man works. And a real hustler makes money plenty of different ways. So I got to get back to what I'm doing, man.
Bryant Jennings, hopefully we'll catch up with you here in the UK when you're back down to see you train with Derek. Look forward to catching up with you very, very soon. Bryant Jennings for IFL TV, thank you very much.
All right, man. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.